Welcome to Netrush Report, your ultimate home for everything tennis, everything emotion, and everything that keeps your heart racing on and off the court. If you live for the drama, the rivalries, and the human stories that make this sport unforgettable, you've just found your people. Toronto. Sunday afternoon. The men's singles final of the Canadian Open is underway. The crowd is buzzing, not just for the men's showdown, but because history is brewing in two different cities at the same time. In Montreal, Victoria Mboko, just 17 years old, is on the brink of her first ever WTA title. She's facing none other than Naomi Osaka, a four-time Grand Slam champion. Against all odds, Mboko has fought her way through the draw, taken down huge names, and is now just points away from glory. Meanwhile, in Toronto, Shelton, just 22 years old and already one of the brightest sparks in American tennis, is trying to capture the biggest title of his young career, an ATP Masters 1000 crown. His opponent? Karen Khachanov, a player who knows what it means to stare down the sport's toughest names and come out on top. The Russian had taken down top seed Alexander Zverev to get here. For him, this was also about legacy. The stage is set for a war. The opening set is a nail-biter. Shelton's serve is explosive, rockets that have been clocked among the fastest on tour. But Khachanov's baseline defense is equally solid. They trade service games, point for point, each refusing to blink. When the tiebreak comes, it's Khachanov who edges it, 7-6-5. Shelton walks back to his chair, towel over his head, muttering under his breath. He knows he can't afford to let the Russian get too far ahead. Then, mid-second set, it happens. Shelton is bouncing the ball, about to serve. The score is tight. Every single point feels like it could swing the match. Suddenly, an eruption. Roars. Applause. Whistling. It's the kind of reaction you expect after a blistering forehand winner or a championship point. But neither has happened here. Shelton freezes mid-bounce. His head tilts slightly, eyes scanning the crowd. Khachanov looks at him, equally confused. The noise is overwhelming. The umpire leans down, listening to a courtside official, and then leans into the microphone. Ladies and gentlemen, the cheers you're hearing are because Victoria Mboko has just won the women's singles title in Montreal. Shelton's jaw drops. He can't help but crack a stunned smile. The crowd, many of them Canadians, are riding the high of seeing their teenage star dethrone Naomi Osaka. For a few seconds, the men's final is no longer the center of attention. It's MBOKO'S moment, and Shelton knows that if you thought the interruption might rattle him, think again. Shelton channels that energy, starts dictating points, and forces Khachanov into uncomfortable positions. His forehand is on fire, painting the lines. While his serve remains unreturnable, he takes the second set 6-4. The crowd, now fully back in Toronto mode, senses the momentum shift. The third set is pure theater. Both men hold serve deep into the set, neither giving an inch. The rallies grow longer, the tension thicker. Every cheer, every gasp feels magnified. Then comes the final tiebreak. Shelton is fearless. He unloads on his forehand, attacks the net, and plays with the kind of swagger that has already made him a fan favorite. When Khachanov sends a final backhand into the net, it's over. Shelton collapses to his knees. The stadium explodes. Final score, 6-5, 7, 6-4, 7, 6-3. Shelton is the Canadian Open champion. Not just any champion. The youngest American to win a Masters 1000 title in 2 decades. For him, this victory is the product of a grueling path. Beating Adrian Mannarino in straight sets in round 1, surviving a scare against Brandon Nakashima in round 2, grinding past Flavio Kobali in 3 sets, blowing past Alex de Minaur in the quarters, taking down second seed Taylor Fritz in the semis. Now, he's done it. And he's done it in style. Even as Shelton holds the trophy, the day will forever be remembered for the double history. Shelton's first Masters title and MBOKO'S first WTA title. For Mboko, beating Naomi Osaka is career-defining. It's the kind of win that cements a young player's name into tennis folklore. At just 17, she's not only lifted a trophy, she's captured the heart of an entire nation. The fact that her victory literally stopped the men's final mid-match? That's something tennis fans will talk about for years. Shelton heads next to Cincinnati, back on home soil. Expectations? sky high. Every opponent will now see him as a giant killer. Every match will have that extra weight. Mboko? She's going to be one of the most watched names on the WTA Tour. Sponsors, media, and fans will be lining up. The pressure will be enormous, but so will the opportunity. What a day for tennis. 2 finals. 2 young champions. 2 careers that just took massive leaps forward. From Shelton's speechless reaction to MBOKO'S historic win, to the roar of the crowd that connected 2 cities in one unforgettable moment. This was a Canadian Open for the history books, and here on Netrush Report, we'll be following both their journeys, every twist, every triumph, and yes, every shocking interruption along the way.